because I've been experiencing quite a lot of depression recently, especially in the morning when I wake up and feel kind of devastated. The body feels a lot of pain, and the head feels completely full, and the mind is sort of going, and I'm looking at what I'm feeling, and I'm looking at the feeling, and I'm trying to think. I'm thinking about how am I feeling, and then I'm trying to look at the feeling. I go into a sort of loop, you know.
Yes.
And then I just say, well, this is what's happening right now. Accept it, allow it to sit, and
does that help?
It helps a bit, but it takes half the day before I'm a human being. Mm-hmm. Well, by the evening I'm usually okay. But I've been just feeling very. I was writing the other day. You know, everywhere I look, I just draw a blank. Just like, you know, you don't get fulfillment in anything. As a person, you don't.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that. I mean, that's. But at the same time, I'm finding it hard going, enjoying just being.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been happening quite a lot recently. And then there's a part of me that says, well, you know, you're old enough to know better, you know. You've been down this path so many times.
Can you imagine saying that? You know how parents say that to 3-year-olds?
To what? A 2-year-old?
Well, 3-year-olds,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5. You're old enough. You should know better.
Yeah. What I mean is that there's something in me that sort of dislikes myself for feeling like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm older, you know, I've been down the road and I've seen a lot, and I've had lots of awakenings, etc., etc.
And you have the funniest jokes, and you deliver them beautifully, and you have beautiful music you create, and beautiful art that you create, and a beautiful personality and love people. And so that's one edge of the duality.
Yes.
And the other side is I'm a complete depressed, self-hating individual.
Yes, yeah.
So it's even. It's the worst and the best. That's the human being. That's the deal. I mean, that's how duality works. It's black and white.
Yes. Yeah.
Duality. Very creative, very loving, very funny, loving social people and being social, and hating the world and myself, and totally depressed.
That puts it pretty precisely.
Well, that's life.
It's agony in the ecstasy, so to speak.
Yeah. And that's the human experience. And it will pound away at you until you get that's just the way it is. I love myself and I hate myself. I love my life and I hate my life. And we believe through all kinds of stuff about being positive, you know, turn the negative into positive. So you have to lie about it. You have to like what you don't like, you know, judge everything.
I don't go down that route.
That's good.
But I mean, the only time I'm really happy is when I'm in satsang.
Because you disappear.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter that you're social and funny and creative. That goes too. We're afraid of letting go of the good parts. We want to turn. What we want to do is manifest in the body as God and turn the bad into good so that this experience is all beautiful, loving, happy, and joyous. And we will not stop until we get there. And nobody succeeds. And nobody stops trying.
No.
And the very wealthy, gorgeous actors and singers who have everything, 3, 5 houses, one nicer than the next, jewels and vacations and lovers of their choice and the best heroine on the planet. They can't do it. They kill themselves. Because it's a hard pill to take. that you cannot convert the dark into light.
Could we swap for a while?
Can we what?
Could I swap for a while?
Exactly.
So you're unhappy with your yeah. Rival. Why big Haskell?
That's what the lottery is for. You know.
And look what happens to the lottery winners.
Yeah.
Some of them do pretty good. And I think it's because we don't want to leave the person because we're afraid of losing the good qualities and the things that are fun. It's just plain fear.
You know, I love painting and I love making music, and when I'm doing that, that kind of absorbs me.
Mm-hmm.
To some degree, there's no one there when that's happening.
Yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah.
Because then
Good times,
the
yeah.
beauty comes through
Yeah,
that you like.
yeah,
And then the suffering stops
yeah.
to try and create it.
Mm.
Yeah, it's perfect. So I would say, I love you, self that I am, and I'm sorry that I'm addicted to hating myself.
I love you, self that I am, and I'm sorry that I'm addicted to hating myself. I'm addicted to hating myself. Please forgive me
For holding this.
for holding it. It's the racing demon. I don't know if when you were young you played a card game called Racing Demon. I haven't played it for years, but I was just thinking,
What is it?
it's your mind. It's a racing demon. And that's a card game.
It's your humanhood.
You're human.
It's not your mind.
Yeah.
Once you acknowledge that you are this person, all ego.
Hmm.
You can't tame it. You can't kill it. It's you. Your desire for love is ego. Your desire to paint is ego. It's not like it's a bad thing.
No.
It's just who you are.
Yeah.
Freud would say, you have an id, you have an ego, and you have a superego. But really what you are is a human.
Yes.
It's all ego.
Well, Pamela said that ego was invented in Vienna in 1900.
Good for her. We all say something. We say it for effect, to snap ourselves out of it. When you stop thinking, everything stops. Your life stops. And you're still here. And you feel good. And there's nothing to prove. And when you sit in it, you know it. And then the addiction to being the human being pulls you back in. Enough of that. Get to work. Start worrying. What's the next project? And those projects won't stop, but all the judgment about them lessens to it doesn't really matter. The human being loves itself and hates itself. And it's the suppression of the hatred that causes the depression, the headaches, the chronic complaining, the dis-ease, the disease, the worry, the wanting to escape. And if you feel the openness that's here, Do you feel it?
Mm-hmm.
Did your body disappear?
Yes, yeah.
And you're sitting here, talking, with not a care, with not a concern about the hate or the love. Well, if that expands, then you know yourself as the openness, having the lucky opportunity of having a form, a body, to live a life as a person, but not identify as person first. Openness inhabiting a body so that it has the power to do stuff materially, to think stuff, to create, to manufacture, to explore. Being, exploring.
I was writing the other day that 75 years ago I was a nobody, and quite soon again I'll be a nobody. But I want to be a nobody. I want to be a nobody while being somebody.
Well, that's impossible. You can't superimpose nobody on something.
No, but I am being a somebody. And as a person with an identity, and the whole story goes with this.
Yeah,
It
because
is a somebody.
when we hear about being enlightened or free, or whatever the term we want to use, we want to own it, just like a possession.
Yeah.
We want a new cloak, so we start putting on white clothes that are very drapey, and sandals, and light candles, and spiritualize the human being.
Mm-hmm.
Put on the cloak of it. Or if we're into Advaita, we learn the principles of the truth, which is important. If you want to be it, well, maybe not. Because the principles always point back to nothing. Well, nothing. Do you equate the silence with nothing?
Yes.
So you've got it. You've got both. But you must leave what you think you are to be what you are. You can't take what is nothing and superimpose it on you. You cannot control it. You have to leave yourself and turn to it. Which is even wrong, because you already are it.
No.
When the words are wrong, but the meaning is right. You have to turn away from yourself to be who you are.